It's close to midnight and I'm sitting in my living room scrolling aimlessly on my phone. The TV's off. The only light comes from the lamp beside me, that dim yellow glow that doesn't quite reach the corners of the room. Outside, it's dead quiet. My neighborhood's the kind where everyone's lights go out by 10. I live alone in a small one-story house at the end of the street. There's a large window facing the backyard, just glass with no curtains. Normally it doesn't bother me, but tonight the darkness outside looks thicker than usual, heavier. I check the time again, 12:07 a.m. I freeze. It was soft, maybe just a branch, but it came from the backyard window, the one right behind me. That one I definitely heard. I turn my head slowly, trying not to breathe too loud. The reflection from the lamp makes the glass act like a mirror. I can only see myself, my own scared face staring back. I stand up. Probably a raccoon, I whisper to myself, trying to sound casual. I grab my phone's flashlight and walk toward the window. When the beam hits the glass, it just bounces back and all I can see is glare, so I cup my hand against it to look out. Someone is standing in my backyard. I pull back instinctively, my heart jumping into my throat. He's just standing there, a silhouette of a man motionless, a few feet from the window, no flashlight, no phone, no movement, just standing. I don't move for what feels like a full minute. My mind's racing. Should I yell? Should I call the cops? I blink, and when my eyes adjust, he's gone. Just gone. I stare into the dark yard, scanning every inch, the space between the trees, the small shed near the fence. Nothing. I lock the back door and close the blinds, finally realizing how stupid it was to live without them. Then I grab the baseball bat from beside the couch and sit down, my ears tuned to every creak in the house. A few minutes pass. Nothing. My heartbeat starts to slow. Maybe it was just my imagination. Maybe it wasn't a person. I grip the bat tighter. That wasn't my imagination. I move slowly toward the sound, every step creaking. I reach for the blinds and just before pulling them down, I see it. A hand pressed flat against the glass. I stumble back, nearly trip over the rug. Whoever it is, he's right outside the window, hand flat against it, head low enough that I can't see his face under the lamp reflection. I shout, "Hey, get the hell away from my house!" The hand drops. The shadow backs away, vanishing into the trees behind my fence. I grab my phone and call the police. My voice shakes as I explain. The operator tells me to stay inside, keep the doors locked, and wait for an officer. 5 minutes, then 10. Still no sirens. That's when I remember them. My front window. It's also wide open. I turn off the lamp. My living room is swallowed in darkness, the only light coming from the tiny clock on the microwave in the kitchen. He's moved to the front yard. I crouch behind the couch, holding the bat close, breathing as quietly as I can. I see movement. A tall shape passing in front of the window, blocking the moonlight for a moment. Then, he's testing the front door. "Come on," I whisper. "Where are the cops?" The handle shakes again, harder this time, then silence. Relief hits me so fast I almost drop the bat. The siren gets closer, red and blue lights flashing across the curtains. I rush to the door and open it just enough to peek outside. A police car pulls up, lights cutting through the night. I wave them over. 2 officers step out, flashlights scanning the yard. I tell them what happened. The tapping, the man in the backyard, the hand on the window. They split up. One heads around the house, the other checks near the shed. After a minute, one of them calls out, "Got footprints." They both follow the trail which leads to the back fence. The prints stop right at the edge where the wooden boards are slightly loose. "He probably slipped out through here," one officer says. "Looks like he was watching your house for a while. You might want to get motion lights." I nod, still gripping the bat, my hands trembling. The officers stay until I calm down a bit, then leave me with their contact info and a warning to keep the place secure. I double-check the locks, close every curtain, and finally sit back on the couch. It's almost 2 a.m. I keep staring at that window, the one where his hand was. There's still a faint smudge where the skin met the glass. And as I start to drift off, exhausted but alert, I notice something else. The smudge isn't on the outside. It's on the inside of the glass.